Hey YouTube, what's going on? Sample Sounds here, bringing you two OU battles. As I guess you can sure, they're basically the same, but obviously the opponent's different and they have a different team, but something funny happened in both games, so that's why I'm bringing you both at the same time. Into this first battle, it's against a guy named ADXxallout1xX. Long name, stupid. But yeah, for the team preview, I have my Calm Mind 3 attacks Espeon, my Skarmory for hazards, my Conkeldurr, which I believe now to be either Black Belt or Muscle Band, I believe is what it is. Which at the time is a weird set. I think nowadays I use a different set with Iron Fist or Guts, one of the two. It depends. Blissey for the special attacks. Gengar substituted 3 attacks. And Fortress for rapid spinning and a good finish when it goes out sometimes. On to the opponent's team, he has a Charizard, an Umbreon, Zoroark, Lucario, Ditto, and Gallade. Looking at his team, it's not very threatening whatsoever, and you're going to see that I kind of demolish him. Anyway, let's just get on to the battle. I start off with my Skarmory as he starts off with Umbreon. I get up my rocks, he goes for Toxic, and then he goes for Psychic, while I get up my spikes. He stays with Umbreon, which is stupid, because Umbreon can't touch Skarmory whatsoever, and I just continue to get up all of my hazards. And then I figure Polly's job is done, so I'm just going to stay in and Iron Head since he doesn't have a Rapid Spinner whatsoever, unless he transforms with Ditto into my Fortress. But yeah, anyway, still going for Iron Heads. I eventually kill this Umbreon, which I found funny because Umbreon's typically a huge wall and whatnot. And then he brings in his Ditto, which I was like, okay, it didn't transform, so that's obviously Zoroark. So I bring in Muscles to go for Mach Punch, but he has Sucker Punch, so I mean it's not much damage and whatnot. Now he brings in the real Ditto, and he just gets destroyed by my Muscles. Which, yeah, don't come in here, man. And now, time for the Charizard. It gets destroyed by an Ice Punch. And then Gallade comes in, figuring that it could probably take me on, but nope. Nice try. It doesn't die, however, so, it's not much of a big deal. I can just bring in Espeon, or Gengar, actually, in this case, and Shadow Ball it. But yeah, he finally brings in his last Pokemon, Lucario. It's just gonna die eventually to 2 Thunderbolts, and that will be the battle. Overall, it was not the greatest of battles, but I found it funny because I got all of my hazards basically for free, and yeah, there's that. So I'll be bringing you the next battle in just a couple seconds.
Now for the second battle. I'm using the same team as last one. My opponent, however, my opponent, first of all, is named catjEE. He has a Breloom, a Rotom Wash, Ferrothorn, Gliscor, Gengar, and Heatran. My main concerns really are that Rotom Wash, because it could be a Trick Scarf and could just, ruin one of my walls or whatever. Also, the Heatran could be a problem depending on what kind of set it is. But yeah, other than that, I pretty much have something for his entire team. And let's get into the battle. I start off with my Skarmory as he starts off with his Gliss score. I set up my rocks as he goes for Toxic. Ugh, another person doing that. Then he substitutes while I spikes, and then he just switches out to Heatran. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to get rid of my Poly. So I'm just going to keep going for spikes as he goes for a Fire Blast. He hits the burn, which kind of sucks, but I have all my hazards up and he doesn't have a spinner. So Poly's dead anyway. I bring in my muscles just because it can pretty much destroy a Heatran, and he goes for a sub as I go for Drain Punch, knocking out that sub. Then he goes in for Gengar, predicting another Drain Punch, which obviously won't hit a Gengar. The way I switched out, I figured I might be Choice Banded actually, but I don't know. Still, he goes for subs. I go into Blissey. He has Focus Blast. That's why I switch out with Blissey. Otherwise, I could just stay in and destroy him. But yeah, his Gengar defeats my Gengar with a Shadow Ball, which kind of sucked. But yeah, Espeon can come in and just kill the Gengar with like a Psychic or Shadow Ball or whatever. But he brings his Ferrothorn to wall me, and apparently he didn't. He forgot about Magic Bounce because he goes for a Thunder Wave. As I go for Hidden Power Fighting, and I do have Fighting because it takes out Tyrannosaurs and whatnot, and I'm getting behind in the battle, but yeah. Anyway, I take out the Breloom with Psychic, then the Heatran goes down to another Hidden Power, and the Rotom Wash comes in to probably just try to kill me or whatever. But yeah, I'm about to take it out. He goes for Hydro Bomb, hits it once, and then missed the second one, so that's Rotom Wash down. Now he brings in the Gliscor to try and take me on, and he does take out my Espeon, but that doesn't matter really, because I can just bring in Conkeldurr and go for Ice Punch, and take out his last two Pokemon, because there's no way he's going to kill my muscles. Yeah, down goes Gengar to the second Ice Punch, and then Gliscor comes in, tries to protect me and get up to health, but I'm not going for it because Ice Punch is going to take him out, and that will be the battle. Overall, this was actually a better game than the first one, but yeah, I am trying two different ways of recording. The first one was through an iPod app. It sounded okay. I don't know what it'll sound like when I put it all together. The second battle is recorded on my phone. Weird, right? But yeah, we'll find out which one's better, and maybe I'll go with that for the remainder of my time before I go back to school. But yeah, in 4 days I'll be going back to school, and I can use the sound booth there and do more uploading and whatnot. But yeah, if you liked these battles, leave a like, comment if you have any suggestions or whatnot. And if you want to see more, subscribe. It's your choice. See ya.